All right. It has been a busy day here at Kooker. We worked together today because Gwen has been sick. She's had a little bit of a rash stuff going on, so she may have some allergies of sorts. And then we were cleaning up some of the clothes in our bedroom, and some dust got to flying, and it got her sinuses going, as well as mine. But we are more concerned when it's our kids than us. And I just want to share with you a few things that we were working on this evening while the kids were resting. Well, while Gwen was resting most of the time, but Malachi was out here with us for a while. Justin has been working on getting the branches off of the top of the coop. I guess they've been kind of bugging him being there. Plus, as he said, it's more green leaves for the goats when there's not much green, you know, out and about on the homestead during the winter time. As you can see, the chickens have already roosted for the evening, and Justin found one egg, woohoo, for us to eat today. Or, well, he found it tonight. We'll probably eat it within the next couple of days. In the wintertime, their egg production really cuts back, so anytime we find an egg, we're excited. Right, babe?
Yep.
This is still a work in progress, but we have been slowly trying to clear out the garden beds. We've been talking about whether or not we're going to keep the 3 beds the way they are for next year. As you can see, we have bricks lining the beds, and then we have them staggered. The hope was because since our land slopes this way, we're hoping by staggering it, it would allow water runoff to kind of run off of this edge and then go to the next bed, to catch each bed so that they all get some good water. Really, I guess for it to be most beneficial, the stagger would need to be more, but we're considering straightening it up for next year, making it more square, and then maybe making more of it patch style instead of bed style. There are pros and cons to the bed versus a patch, which maybe I'll be able to talk about here in a little bit. But mostly today we concentrated on that end of the bed, which I'd already started some of it. Small leaf mold little spot there where Rebel and Nala are huddled next to. Put some leaves around the rosemary. Only the tips on this one have been dying back. The rest of it is still fairly green, but I wanted to protect it some more, so I added even more leaves to that area. And then we cleared out some of the tomato branches in this section, not necessarily there. And then we marked the 3 herbs that we had here. I think this was bee balm. This is another rosemary, not so much bush, it's more like a trailing rosemary. And then there is a lavender, and I put some Johnson grass hay, more or less, on top of it. One of the few benefits of Johnson grass, just to help keep some of the frost off of that lavender. Although it has made it pretty well through several freezes and frosts. And then we put leaves down from the pear tree, and then added the tomato limbs, branches, vines on top, and then also some of the okra that we knocked down, put that on top as well. We also were removing some of the rocks and stones that we'd used in the garden through the year as either stepping stones or to mark certain things that we wanted to make sure that we realized it was there. However, we don't want it there for next year, lying buried under the leaves, and then we go to put a broad fork in or a spade in or something like that, and then we hit a rock. So we have stationed those over near the patch from this year, put some more dried stuff on the ground on the patch, and over time that right there will compress and look more like this, and it'll help be a weed barrier for next year and also add some nutrition back in, because you don't want to just leave your ground bare. And then here's where we stationed some of our rocks and stones. We put a few in our driveway just because we need rock really bad in the driveway, and so we're putting some in an area that is pretty low, and it gets really bad in the raining season. So we still have more to go. We need to get all the tall stuff there pulled down. That is the careless weed. We've even been talking about what we're going to do with the quote-unquote chicken or rabbit tractor that we started a couple years ago and never finished, and it's just kind of been hanging out here along the fence. Funny thing is, Justin and I were both thinking about it recently without even talking to each other about it. Justin was thinking about trying to make it actually into a tractor. I'm thinking maybe it's going to be a little bit too heavy to make it, you know, mobile really. And plus, the infrastructure as it is needs some more support because it was kind of leaning, which is going to make it even more heavy. So I'm kind of thinking about maybe dismantling it and using the boards to build some raised beds, because I would like to get some taller raised beds. But we'll see. We'll see what we do. Maybe we'll use some of it to make a smaller mobile tractor and use some of it to make a raised bed. Maybe we'll do a compromise. Anyway, that's what we've been working on today, and just wanted to give you all a quick update. Hope y'all have a blessed day. See y'all next time. I gotta get that laundry in.